Wow. Well, after the first few games, we thought we'd try to make one a little more exciting. I was proud of our guys, especially the way we came back in the fourth quarter. After they tied the game up, we took about 4 or 5 plays and went right back down and put it in the end zone. We had to overcome a lot that self-inflicted stuff today. You know, we fumbled the ball on about the 4-yard line going in. We missed a short field goal. We didn't do as well getting the ball into the end zone down once we got in the red zone. I don't think – I was disappointed at halftime because I thought the game should be more out of line than it was. We hadn't punted the ball. They hadn't really stopped us. I think we'd missed maybe 1 3rd down, but yet we're not up like you'd think we would be, you know. And then we come out, hit a big play on 3rd down, the first to Steven on the pass, and get down there and bog down again and have to kick a field goal. So it was disappointing. You know, they hit some plays in the second half, but when we had to, the defense got a couple of stops, and that was all we needed to win the game. I was kind of kicking myself on 4th and 1 for not going for it. But you got to try to kick them down inside the 20-yard line and make them go the length of the field. I mean, if you go for it and you don't make it and you give them a short field, our defense was at that point struggling a little bit anyway. The last thing we wanted to do was give them a short field. So worked out, and I think they've got a good football team, and both teams played hard, and I was proud of our guys.
Raise your hand if you have a question and get the microphone to you.
Coach, got some interceptions and some pressure today. How satisfying was it to see that?
Oh, it was very satisfying. We ended up with some sacks. Our 3rd down rate, I don't know what it was on defense. What was it?
3 of 8.
Okay. So it's better at times. Offensively, I think, what was the 3rd down conversion for us?
10 of 16.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty good. Right till the end, we had a couple there in the fourth quarter. But got to keep getting better. Certainly there's areas of improvement. I sound like a broken record with our kicking game. It's an enigma to me. Just an enigma. We work on it. It looks fine in practice. We got to change some personnel on the return team, and we got to get involved. I'm sick of watching that on the kickoff return. So, did get a punt block, which was nice by Darren Waller. Nice play by him that went over the top, and we covered the kicks okay, I think. We just got to be able to kick them past the 25-yard line. It would help.
The kind of mental toughness and resilience that you might not have seen from this team last year.
Oh, I don't know. I think these kids are tough. They were tough last year. I don't know about that. I think that they're more experienced. They're a little better at their craft than they were a year ago. They understand a little better. But I think I've never questioned their toughness. I think we got tough kids. They couldn't make it through my butt if they weren't tough.
Coach, in your offensive schemes, does it matter that much as far as blocking assignments, whether the quarterback is a better passer or a better runner? For example, Washington versus Nesbitt. Would the blocking schemes be pretty much the same?
No, we run some different stuff for Tevin. We hardly ran any triple option today, very few times. They were geared up to stop it, and they were rolling the secondary off the motion, and which gave us some opportunities in play action. We hit the one for a touchdown, and then we had another one wide open that we didn't finish. But it's a base offense, and you can adjust it to what your guys can do.
Were you pleased to see the passing continue to be efficient and against a better defense than you faced so far?
I was pleased that 35 is more than 28. That's what I was pleased about. And I don't get hung up on yards and all. I could care less. I just want to score more than they do.
We've been hearing a lot about Jeremiah, really since last season. Today, you really got a taste of what he could do. Just talk about his play. And
he made some good plays. He got pressure on the quarterback. He also created some seams in the run game a time or two. So, I think that he did make some big plays getting to the quarterback, and that's a positive. And as a football team, we've got to look and get better. We're happy we won the game. We'll celebrate. But my mindset is on Monday when we come in here, we got to look at that tape and clean up all the stuff that we didn't do good, and there's a bunch of it.
Bernard was out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough kid. He's a good running back. They got good players, guys. I said all week, that's a pretty good football team. They've got, they're pretty talented. Big on the offensive line. Their defensive line is really, I think, number 90 is probably a first-round draft pick for sure. Those two inside guys, 91 and 90, they're good players now. We had a hard time blocking them. Our guys fought them. They hung in there and fought them.
Coach, can you talk about Roddy's play? It looked like that pitch was a little off target, and yet he was able to catch it and set up the go-ahead score.
Yeah, well, it was a great run. He got down the sidelines, and David Sims got a nice block for him. But Roddy's a dependable guy. We had that doesn't surprise me that he made a play. He's made plays before. Glad that he's on our team.
Have you ever had a game end the way this one did with the sideline warning and they run off the clock?
I don't know if it was for a sideline warning, was it? I thought it was a substitution error or motion. It was a motion, illegal motion on them. Yeah.
When you get the ball back with like 3.5 minutes left, you have the opportunity to kill the game there, and instead they got it back with barely 2 minutes gone off the clock. Were you disappointed in that?
We made one first down, which was a positive, and then we had 4 yards, and we had a bust. We had a guy turn a guy loose on the play that went wide. They're pinching inside, and you didn't want to take a chance on pitching the ball right there, and so we had a design play, and we turned the guy loose. I mean, when you do that, but. The thing that was positive is we were able to make a first down. They had 3 timeouts left, so they had to burn all 3 of their timeouts. So we took a little bit of time off the clock, made them burn all 3 timeouts, got the punt down inside the 20. That's pretty tough. You're gonna try to go 89 yards with a minute 30 left and no timeouts. You better hit some big plays. And the very first play they ran, we tackled them short of a first down. That just killed them. I mean, that ate up a lot of the clock, and then when we got the sack, they're pretty much in Hail Mary territory then. So I think it worked out okay. I mean, yeah, would I have liked to run the clock out and them never get the ball back? Sure. But I don't know how feasible that is against a pretty good football team when they know you're going to run.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the development of your offensive line?
Well, I thought they did some things. Certainly they were battling in there, and everything was hard fought inside, and it was really to really know what they did. You've almost got to watch the tape and see how they played. But I know they were battling. They were mad at me on 4th down when we didn't go for it, and that's good. It's like I told them, you had 3 downs. If you can't make it in 3, get your butt off the field.
You talked about Stephen, the one play he didn't finish, but otherwise he had a phenomenal game, and David Sims as well.
Stephen Hill played the way we thought he would play. He's a great athlete. He's a tough guy to cover one-on-one now. And they were having to roll the coverage. They were committed. They were going to fire the corners to the motion. They were rolling. And when that happens, you got single coverage on the backside and nobody underneath. So their corners are on an island. They've got to play him short. They got to play him deep. And it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup for any corner. I thought David ran hard. Again, I need to watch the tape to see what was available inside. I think the more he plays, the quicker he'll hit the stuff, and the more we need to see him finish when he gets to the second level. We need to finish some of those things and get it in the end zone.
Two-parter. Tevin got a lot more calls running the ball. I just wanted to comment on that. And then second,
Tevin got what? I'm
a
sorry.
lot more calls running the ball. And then
Yeah, well,
second,
they made him run the ball, yeah.
and then any injuries to report?
Who?
And injuries to report?
I don't know. I just left the locker room. I don't think so. If they're hurt, you wouldn't know it right now. They're celebrating. We'll know in the morning. I'm sure it was a physical game. I'm sure some guys got bruised and beat up a little bit. I don't think there was anything serious. Stephen tweaked a little bit on the play action pass, the last one.